Hey, my name's Danny and I wanted to talk to you as part of the Men Zen series. So this is for sharing with other guys some of the issues I've had in my life with depression and some of the more major traumatic things that have happened that have created a bit of PTSD for me. I'm just an ordinary guy going through life like many, and obviously there's bumps in the road that occur. The major bump that brought everything to the forefront for me, sadly, was that my mum got murdered when I was just 32, about 10 years ago. And there was issues before that. There was underlying issues for sure, anger issues, inability to really discuss my feelings, and I had a kind of lone wolf mentality from things that had happened earlier in my life. So what happened with this tragedy was just that I had a massive mental breakdown. I couldn't cope. I went to the doctors finally and just said, help me. Give me any help you can. Give me all the help you can. And I was at rock bottom. So was my wife. So I went on a course of anger management. I got CBT therapy. And this really was the start of a very, very long journey. And I realised that the biggest mistake I was making was not asking for help. You know, you think you've got lots of friends around you, but you don't really share with them. Mates you go out drinking with, you're all trying to escape. Other things you do, you're just trying to escape all the time. So some of the bits and pieces that I put together on a road to recovery was my health as well as my mental health. So I started probably over the top because I've got obsessive compulsive behaviours. I started going on massive marathon runs and doing all this stuff to try and raise money for charity. And it was all part of going through the pain process of dealing with things that happened to mum. But over the years, I think once I'd had this therapy and I'd got over certain issues, I then realised I still wasn't there. I was still having problems with alcohol, drinking too much, etc. And just each stage, really, once you start asking for help and you realise the help's there, you feel a bit more keen to move on to the next stage. You see that it's working, but you have to put a lot of hard work in. You have to make a lot of lifestyle changes. And it all sounds very hard work, but the benefits are obviously all to yourself. So it's hugely impactful on the rest of your family. People like my wife who've supported me through everything, through all sorts of things that you cannot imagine. Real low depths of things that had happened, being brought home by the police because I'd gone to sleep in the middle of the road. People thought I was dead. Drinking to the point where I didn't know where I was, who I was, what I was doing, and being brought home by the police. So the story goes. And, you know, over the years I realised that the CBT that was helping me, I needed to keep this as part of constant thing that was my life. So I went and did a little course on it, and then I did another course, and I did another course, just to understand better the things that were happening to me. And I realised a lot of the things that were going on were habit, and I could form more positive habits. Other things in my life I tried to enjoy. I used to DJ when I was younger. I started DJing again. You can see the kit here. This is in my garage. I'm lucky to have the space, but it's something that I just really, really enjoy for enjoyment's sake. It's not trying to achieve anything, it's just for enjoyment's sake. Similarly, you know, my practices around physical health, support my mental health, and that's a really important thing. I do all the things that I need to do, whether it's 30 minutes a day, going for a run, and all these kinds of things that balance up, make your whole life whole. Other areas of my life, just enjoy, you know, peace, going travelling, going out on walks with my wife. She's my best friend and she's helped me through nearly everything. So I just want other guys to know that there's help out there. You've got to make the first step, but there's people like myself that have been the journey, and there's many support systems in place. CBT, talking therapies, millions of books online. I just don't want any blokes out there to have bad times and think they're alone. So reach out, guys, and ask for help.